Well, let's go to the next one here. Donald Trump issued a ban on transgenders in the military. This is something he did in his first term as president, and Joe Biden reversed it. Now, remind you, we lost about 15,000 troops here. However, Donald Trump also reinstated close to 15,000 troops who were unlawfully kicked out due to their refusal to take the COVID vaccine. Now, Mia, remember I told you a couple weeks ago when we were talking about Pete Hegseth that the number one responsibility of the military is to fuck shit up and kill people. Let me ask you, even trade 15,000 for 15,000, who would you rather have in a job to fuck shit up and kill people? Guys who refused the COVID vaccine that were otherwise lawfully enlisted military service members, or transgenders? Who would you not kill themselves, kill other people? Transgenders. Okay. I knew that was coming. Well, before everybody freaks out about how it's discrimination, because here's the thing.
Why do you keep calling me Bill?
Here's the thing. I used to, long time ago, be against the transgender military ban. I'm like, this is discriminatory. And then I had a friend who had served in the Army said, no, dude, it's not. It's not about discrimination. It's not about hatred. It's about the military is a group effort. You are a unit, right? They don't just use that word lightly. You are a unit. And people like that take away from the concept of the unit. They objectively suffer from mental illness and suicidal ideations at a much higher rate than the rest of the population. They draw attention to themselves. They require additional treatment. It's just not good for morale, and it doesn't help the unit move as one. And that's why they should. I'm like, I had never thought of it that way because I'd never been in the military, so I had no idea, no way to know that. But it made sense to me, and I completely agree with it now. Let me give you a list of other conditions that are not allowed in the military: flat feet, anxiety, mild asthma, ADHD, OCD, a past eating disorder at any point in your life. So even if you beat it, you can't join. And food allergies, specific food allergies. So this is not about discrimination. This is about having the strongest fighting force known to man.
What about a narrow urethra?
A narrow urethra. I would have to do some research. That was not on the list I found. You should ask Siri. She might be able to tell you. But here's another fact, and this is Minnesota State Senator Lee Fink. Go ahead and check out what, quote unquote, she had to say about this.
A White House official told me that basically this order today will direct the DOD to figure out the readiness of transgender service members in response to the question of what's going to happen to them, the thousands. And in this order, it talked about, that, raising the question of whether transgender service members have the readiness or whether they should be banned from the military. What do you say to that?
I would say that there is no evidence anywhere that has been presented that transgender service members are anything but qualified to be a part of our military service. The military is the largest employer of transgender Americans. You heard up to 14,000, 15,000 members identify as trans, and 56 of our retired generals have said that our trans members are ready to serve. They are fit to serve. This will only make our military less ready to serve by taking 15,000 people who volunteered out of service.
You heard it there yourself. The largest employer of transgender individuals in the United States. Do you have any idea why that is? Do you have any idea why the military attracts so many transgenders, Mia? Any speculation as to why?
Guns.
No. They attract so many because the federal government, under Biden administration policies, will pay for your operation and your hormones, not just while you're in the military, but for life. Now, here's the other kicker. When you join, after you receive that procedure, or even receive hormone pills for it, you're no longer allowed to serve in combat. So they join the military, they get the procedure paid for by the taxpayers, and then they can't fight. So they'll serve however many years they want, or however many years they have to, get out, go into the private sector, and for the rest of their lives, we pay for whatever treatment they need related to that abomination that they call a procedure. It is tranny welfare on the taxpayer dime. They are exploiting the United States military to pay for these procedures for people who can never see combat and have no intention to actually contribute to the military. Now, I'm not saying all 15,000 of them are doing a shit job. That's not the suggestion I'm making. All I'm saying is if it's the number one employer for transgender people in America, there's a reason. We are being exploited. They are milking the federal government like a cow to take our money and pay for fucking die mad about this. I don't care. Unnecessary procedures. That's what it is an unnecessary procedure.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.